Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First, alongside Keith Fustel. I'm Stan Salter. Good to be back. I was gone the past couple weekends, little minor hernia surgery. All went well. I was watching you guys on TV. Had some great racing here.
Yeah, we did.
Great to be back. Beautiful weather today. You had some nice weather yesterday. Was the class on the grass, the Grade 3 Baltimore, Washington International Turf Cup. Nice ride by Forrest. Boy, she pulls off the upset for the Hall of Famer Shug McGahee and Dr. Mounty.
Yeah, went back on Dr. Mounty's form. Looked like one of the races on the off track. Didn't really handle it. Handled that perfectly yesterday. Had Dr. Mounty out in the clear, then kind of worked to the outside, a little further out through the stretch, and was able to kind of hold off that inside bid from the favorite. For Chad Brown.
Projected, yeah.
Projected, there you go, name escaped me. Yeah, Bravo had a little trouble. Was trying to get that horse to shift out, just kind of was fighting him a little bit.
Right.
Ended up staying down towards the inside and just couldn't get up.
So, all right, so a big win by Dr. Mounty in the International yesterday. Nice ride by Fergal Lynch on the Pletcher horse to win the Bald Eagle. Yeah. Fergal Lynch, he's had a couple big weekends. He had 3 wins last Saturday for the Fall Festival. He won the De France's on Switzerland, gets the money on the Pletcher horse yesterday in the Bald Eagle Derby.
Knows how to ride the softer turf courses, right? Yeah, Channel Cat had no problem with it. Made a big accelerating move leaving the final turn, just kind of opened up on the speed, and that was at like 5 in front at the 8th pole, and the other admission office just couldn't make any headway through the final 1/8 of a mile.
All right, so we've had a couple of big Saturdays to kick off this fall meet here at Laurel Park. All the Sundays are going to be huge. Let's tell you what's going on today. First of all, we have beautiful weather, a picturesque Sunday here in Laurel, Maryland, and we have all the horse racing and football you can handle. It's the 105.7 The Fan Baltimore Game Day Uncensored show is here today. It's the pregame show for Baltimore's Sunday away games. They're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight. The Ravens are. Catch all the football action up there at the sports bar, second floor of the clubhouse. Ken Weinman, Jerry Coleman, Vinny Serrato, they're up there for the 105.7 The Fan crew. The show begins 3 hours before kickoff, so that's going to start about, 5:20 tonight?
A little bit later, so you can hang around if you're here at the races, take part in the show, and the Ravens with a big one tonight, heading up to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers.
And you can watch all the football games. We have the NFL Sunday Ticket. Every game, every Sunday at the new sports bar here at Laurel Park. About 100 beautiful big flat screen TVs up there. A great place to watch football and horse racing. You can win some money if you know how to pick the football games. We have the $3,000 football pick'em contest, and every weekend in the sports bar at Laurel Park. How you been picking the football games so far this year?
Slightly above 500, not too bad.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so you can enter up there at the sports bar for the football pick'em contest today, every Sunday here this fall at Laurel Park. Let's show you a picture of the main track. Main track should be perfect today. Fast track, let's show it to you. And the weather, we're about in the mid-70s today, clear and sunny. There's the main track.
This is the best day we've had in a long, long, long time. Temperature-wise, perfect. Beautiful blue skies, sun is shining. Track is fast, and that main track yesterday hedged a little bit towards speed for the most part.
Okay.
You heard Trevor in one of the post-race interviews. He kind of took the initiative on one of his rides. You wanted to be pretty close for the most part on this dirt course.
All right, so we are off the turf today, but the race is held together pretty well. Let's get right to it here in Race 1. Race 1's going to kick off the Rolling Super High Five. We have that every race with 7 or more horses in the Super High Five. That's a low 15% takeout for the Rolling Super High Five. So it's going to start in Race 1. Keep your eye on that throughout the afternoon. Also, Race 1 kicks off your early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. Mandatory payout on the early pick 5 starting in race 1. Let's take a look. We're going 5 furlongs, maiden claiming 16,000 for 2-year-old fillies here in the opener. I go with the 3, Salt Hay Bay, my top pick. You have a stat on this 2-year-old filly by Big Brown for trainer Rudy Rodriguez. I pick her on top. You pick her on top. Let's take a look at the stat you have here for trainer Rudy Rodriguez.
Yeah, none of the horses that have run in here have showed too much, even her, but she's coming down from New York for Rudy Rodriguez. He's had success with the 2-year-old maiden claiming varieties at Laurel. There you go. 3 for 8 the past 2 years is Rudy Rod with 2-year-old maiden claimers at Laurel. ROI over $4. That's pretty strong. The blinkers go on. A drop in class. Flashed a little speed against some bigger fields in New York. The drop could do the trick. I'm going to probably assume Trevor gonna ride aggressively from the get-go, try to get the lead and clear off, because she doesn't look like she wants to be chasing too much.
Right, she gets a big class relief here, so I pick her on top. She doesn't have to beat much in this group today. Trevor McCarthy takes the call, so we're both on the 3. I have the 4 in my exacta Flirtation Walk, a first-time starter from the John Salzman Jr. barn. This 2-year-old filly by Outflanker. They paid $15,000 for her as a yearling. She's been working okay here at Laurel Park, a decent 5 furlong work, 2 back, 102 flat, and then a decent 3 furlong workout from the gate September 22nd here at Laurel Park. Yomar Ortiz takes the call, Lasix in debut here for the 4 Flirtation Walk.
Yeah, Flirtation Walk, half to Lots of Mischief, who was 2 for 6 at 2, ran pretty quick, made about $135,000 overall, topped out, I believe, at a 91. Also a fool to Flankenstein, who we saw. Okay. Yeah, he's run around here. He ran okay dirt and turf, maybe a little bit better. I think his wins came on the turf, but is a speed type, so maybe expect some speed from Flirtation Walk. I'm going to use the 5 in here, Star Designer. I know Giopani's, they've been handling the dirt. They haven't done too great first time out sprinting on the dirt, and Hammy's had a little tough luck with his 2-year-old maiden claimers first time out sprinting on the dirt. But you know what, teaming up though with his brother Gory Smith with maiden claimers, 4 for 15 and 9 for 15 in the money over the last 5 years. So they don't run a ton, but they do well. ROI of over $4. I think this horse has some good siblings that have shown some promise. This horse, the steady works. Been up here about a month. I like that. That's about my target. Get some cranked up at Ellery, a couple works over at Laurel. Improving works, too, over this racetrack. Star Designer, the 5 horse, I think, is going to be live with Castrense.
Yeah, comes into this race with 3 solid 5 furlong workouts for the debut today, so you have to respect the 5 Star Designer. You have the 6. I didn't use the 6 here. In Flight for Tony Aguirre.
Sneaky good first race. Flashed a little speed in a race. It's been key. Some horses have come out of there and run well. I think there's 2 horses that have come out. Sweet Home Dixie, Barb's Gray Lion, a couple other ones have run second. In Flight showed some speed, dropped back, a little shuffle into the turn, then swung out at the 3/16. Actually showed late life. Little drop in class here. Picks up Lion Pastine. I think In Flight is due for a major improvement and should sneak away at a good price second time out.
And we both had the 7 Mo Margarita up there, an Uncle Mo filly. They paid $8,000 for this filly at the OBS. She's debuting here for $16,000, so she might not be the best looking filly for $16,000 being by Uncle Mo, but Wayne Potts does the right thing here and catches a soft group for her first assignment.
We've got a couple well-bred horses like this today in first time out. We've got the Goldberg horse later, but Mo Margarita picking up Cedeno. They've done well together. Second dam was very quick, so Mo Margarita, they're doing the right thing. Bought her cheap, going to run her cheap and try to get it done first time out with the Lasix on.
All right, here we go. Race 2 is going to kick off the early pick 4. We offer you 3 pick 4s on the afternoon here at Laurel. The second race always kicks off the early pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 12-5. Never won 3 lifetime for 3-year-olds and upward. I have the 3 Warrior Lake on top. You have the 2 A True Gentleman on top. Let's start with that 4-year-old gelding. He has one here at Laurel Park. We have a video spotlight to show you for the 2 A True Gentleman. Here's a race from late July 26th here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, July 26th. They didn't go that too fast, got 7 furlongs, but showed a little bit more speed this day, a little bit more keen to go inside of a trio of runners and made a nice move into the far turn. Then he's going to go ahead and duel with Glory Hound. Glory Hound was coming off of a win and actually stepped up and ran okay. Didn't really disgrace himself in a Maryland allowance race, state bred allowance race. See here, a short lead, still dueling around the turn. Wasn't quite good enough. Just fades a little bit late to beat 3.5 lengths. This was an encouraging try at 7. Then went over to Timonium. Just didn't really like that track at all. Didn't pick up its feet. I think off the claim here, a barn that's done well, this horse is going to move back up. Though this is a good try here visually. I thought going 7. The little turn back here to 6 furlongs should work. But I worry, though, that the 3 is going to shake clear, possibly wire this field. I'm hoping the 1 beat back goes ahead and sends from the inside and can apply a little bit more pressure, a little earlier to Warrior Lake.
Yeah, the 3 is probably going to be in front. That's my top pick. Carol Cedeno and Scott Lake, they're a solid 22% together here in Maryland. A sharp win last out up at Delaware. Lake keeps the keeps the gelding by Big Drama at this level, now facing 3 Life Company. The 3 Warrior Lake I have on top. Looks like we like the same 4 horses here, just in a different order.
Okay.
In race 2, let's turn the page here. Race 3, we're going 5 furlongs. Maiden claiming $16,000 for 2-year-old fillies. I go to the scratch to 6 here, Pink Notion. That's the 9-5 morning line favorite. The 6 Pink Notion is scratched. So I end up on the 7 Summer Smile, my top pick. We both like this filly by Great R for Robbie Bales. Was in front last out against Maiden 25. Turner for home. Got a little tired that day as the favored. That was against Maiden 25. Now we drop back down to the Maiden 16 today. J.D. Acosta should get a nice forwardly placed trip from the outside today.
It's a key scratch. Doesn't have to deal with Pink Notion, the speed to the inside. Today very well could be the day. Going to be a shorter price. Swirly Shirley, I think, will improve. Wake-up call here is the 2. Don't leave this 2 out of your exactas and your tries, and bet a couple bucks flat at a big price. Empire Panther gets the double whammy, actually triple whammy. We got a barn change, Lasix on, blinkers on. The maiden 40 and the maiden special weight try. The first 2 tries of her career fit against this bunch. So if you're thinking the Lasix and blinkers can move her up a length or 2, she's right there against these horses. I expect an improvement here from the 2 Empire Panther. And what do you do with the first of the 5 variants here? You go by Hard Spun out of a mare that was 4 for 7, made $105,000. It's like a complete giveaway. And Goldberg, he has not had really good luck at all with maiden claiming firsters on the dirt over the last several years. He's 0 for 16. Maybe something will give today, but he's going to take play, and I'm going to be against her.
All right, I don't pick her on top.
Yeah.
I use her in my exacta. We both like the 4 a little bit here. Swirly Shirley from the John Salzman Jr. barn. Raylu Gutierrez, a new bug boy around here. He takes the call on this 2-year-old filly. She takes a drop to the cheapest level she's ever run for.
Yeah, he's going to need a perfect rating job. That's going to be the key. 5 furlongs does stretch the limit, so a lot of these runners stand. She's going to need to sit right and be able to make the move at the perfect time. He did that the other day with a Decker maiden. He might do it again this afternoon with Swirly Shirley.
All right, let's turn the page here. You like the middle pick 4. That starts in race 4. A real nice 2 other than allowance feature of the day. We're going 5.5 furlongs here in the 4th. Here's your middle pick 4 ticket.
I think still some pretty contentious races when you break them down all the way through here. So value should be prominent in this middle pick 4. 4 deep to get you started. 1, 4, 5, and 6. Plenty of speed in race 4. Will it set up for a horse like the 4 Great Bulls of Fire or the 5 Big Bella Brown? Race 5, 2 deep with the 7 and 9. Dirty Foot reported first gelding. I just got that a little earlier. Now this race taking off the turf to the main track, I believe, is going to be the favorite. Also going to use the 9 Rail Masters, the speed. 6th race, the 4, 6, and 7. Wrap it up in the 7th with the 8 and the 10. Miss Alifant, we won't get close to the 30-1 on the morning line now that race has been taken off the turf and moved to the main track, going 1 mile in race 7.
All right, you like the middle pick 4. I like the late pick 5. That starts in race 7 today. We have a nice little carryover in that rainbow pick 6 over 1,500. That starts in race 6. Let's take a look at race 4. It's a nice upper level allowance feature of the day for 3-year-olds and upward. 5.5 furlongs, and I made the 1 Align the Numbers my top pick. A price play here. 7-2 morning line. 3-year-old Son of Orientate for trainer Donna Lockhart. He hadn't run a bad race really before she put this horse on the turf early September. That was coming off a layoff. That was a tough 2 other than allowance race. He didn't like the turf. Now back to his preferred surface today. This horse 6 for 6 in the money. 1, 2, 3. J.D. Acosta will ride. This horse had a real big win, breaking from the 1 hole against A Other Than Company last March right here at Laurel Park. Went right to the front that day and whistled by 4. So I think J.D. is going to have to use the early speed today. So the break's going to be the key here for the 1 a line of numbers.
Yeah, not the strongest, two other than when you really look at it and break it down. You've got a horse like Dog Soldier. It's going to take plenty of play. Just several months, back in March was running for a nickel, 2 in a year down at Tampa. A line in numbers, major excuse, did not like the turf. 2 races back, a hop and a bump at the break, then had to rush up, couldn't run with the likes of Willie B. Mine. He is awfully fast. Something's got to give, I think, on the front end here, Stan. A line in numbers, speed, more abundance, want this to be close. Cloud of Judgment, Dog Soldier, awfully quick. I think Dog Soldier, the 6, has a rating gear, but I think things are going to set up for the 4. Great Bulls of Fire. 2 for 2 at Laurel, comes back to his favorite track, second off of a layoff. This is a horse they've kind of had to deal with some trouble. It looks like some bigger layoff lines on his page, but they don't drop on Great Bulls of Fire. I'm going to give him one final shot. He was working well prior to that race at Delaware. Maybe the key is Laurel Park. He can make a run into it.
Yeah, he was awfully good as a 2-year-old. He won, 3 stake races as a 2-year-old. He won the a stake up at Delaware, won the Maryland Million Nursery, the Maryland Juvenile Fraternity, beat some good horses, beat bonus points in the Maryland Juvenile.
In arrears when he was good, and when he was real good, yeah.
Yep, so he was good as a 2-year-old. Only 1 race last year as a 3-year-old at Timonium. That didn't go very well, so they gave him another long layoff. He ran okay in that comeback race up there at Delaware, and like you said, gets back to his home track here today. So I like the 4. I use them in my exacta. We both like the 5 as well. Big Bella Brown, this 3-year-old gelding by Big Brown, should get a nice trip on the outside here with Georgie Vargas Jr. aboard for Cal Lynch. Big Bella Brown, a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park, and overall 6 for 6 in the money.
There's the key, the horses for courses maybe, and the race. Both of these horses have the running style. They're going to appreciate the flow up in front of them this afternoon.
All right, so a real nice 2 other than allowance feature there in the 4th. Let's take a look here. Race 5 off the turf. We're going 5.5 furlongs. Maiden claiming 40,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. I go to the far outside here. The 11 I make as my top pick. Mojo's Louis Cat from the Ollie Figgins barn. Kevin Gomez rides this 3-year-old. The two tries last year as a 2-year-old against Maiden Special Weight on the turf. That didn't work, so they gave the horse the winner off. The comeback race against Maiden Special Weight going a mile at Delaware. That race came off the turf. It was only a 6-horse field, but I think it was a useful race for this horse. He went to the front that day on a fast track, and then an okay 3rd coming off the layoff, and then went long last out in the slop against Maiden 40 here at Laurel Park. So he's dead fit now, 3rd off the layoff, cutting back in distance. Route to sprint, Ollie Figgins only 11%, but I like the 11, Mojo's Louis Cat. I think cutting back to the sprint today on the outside, he gets a good trip.
Yeah, he might be able to make a run into it, sure. Railmaster, I didn't show speed last time. I don't know where it was. You go back to the try at Timonium, good speed. Tambora's all right. Valadier won for a little bit less, but I think Railmaster is going to go ahead and set sail. Dirty Foot, though, set up for the off the layoff here for Robbie Bales. Reported first-time gelding. That's your 7-horse. Good works into this race. Showed a lot of promise at 2 in that 2-year-old debut behind He Hate Me. Faced the likes of Cheese On, Barry Lee, VIP Co. There's none of those horses in here. Given some time to regroup in for the 40. As we said, first time gelding. Dirty Foot on it or just off the pace probably for me. Going to be a shorter price.
This was a tricky race to handicap. I didn't use the 7 at all. Coming off the layoff, the form last year, not very good, but he is a first-time gelding today for Robbie Bales, and you get Forest Boys having a big weekend. So I didn't use the 7 Dirty Foot. You didn't use the 11 Mojo's Louis Cat. We're all over the place here. I have the 6 in my exact. The hunch play of the day, right? It's the final game of the season for the Orioles, thank God.
Okay.
Brooks Robinson, he's probably, you think he went to the Orioles game today or came to the racetrack? He's been a long-time horse racing fan. The Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson, one of the greatest players of all time in baseball, and a homebred for Mickey Boskin. Now, she's bred some nice horses over the year. Over the years, this 3-year-old gelding by Not for Love comes out of a in-case mare for Mickey Boskin. Jackie Savoy, the trainer, Rosario Montanez will ride a nice 5-furlong workout from the gate September 16th over there at Pimlico. That was 101 and 2. That's a nice move. This horse gets Lasix in his debut. Rosario Montanez will ride. Come on, Brooksy. Brooks Robinson, I use in my exacta.
It'd be sacrilegious to root against a horse like Brooks Robinson, wouldn't you? We're pulling for Jackie Savoy. That would be a great little story for Brooks. Yeah, 3 Road to Oz comes in a quality road. You know, quality roads can run. Yep. The 3-horse Road to Oz for Trombetta out of Ms. Magician makes this horse a half to Street Ms. and Holiday Magician. They run okay. Holiday Magician, I think we're going to see later days. Won a couple of races, so interesting little first-time starter. Gets a little break. This race comes off the turf. Not the strongest group for a debut.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll tackle the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 6 today. Carryover over 1,500. I like the late Pick 5. That starts in race 7. We'll take a look at all that right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 20th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races. It's a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. First race is at 12 with 11 exciting races throughout the day. Families can enjoy the Kids Corral with activities for children of all ages. From live music to the annual hat contest, it'll be fun for all at Laurel Park Saturday, October 20th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
All right, welcome back. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 6. Carryover today, $1,534 in the Pick 6. Take a shot here in race 6. Let's take a look. Filly Mares 3 and up, claiming 12-5. Never won 3 lifetime, going 6 furlongs. We have a video spotlight to show you in this race. The 7 Holiday Magician for trainer Mary Epler. Here's the big win right here at Laurel Park back in August. Let's show you this win.
Just never really in doubt. Holiday Magician with Rosado this day. Just under a rating, hold 3 and 4 wide, and when you ask her to go, she really responded at the 3/16 pole. Faces a similar group. We see Lazareya back, the similar type of runners, Cresses. I don't know what happened last time. This was her top race. Can she come back to it? She faded a little bit last time. I expect more speed. She just wasn't into the bit. She's going to be more attentive this afternoon. Holiday Magician gets a good stalking trip in here today. Moves into the other speeds, but I'll take a bigger price in this race, in race number 6. I'm going to use the 6, Joyful Noise, on top. Joyful Noise coming off of that race at Timonium under a snug hold early. I like that. Just unfortunately encountered a little bit of trouble nearing the far turn. Had to recover, closed up 5 lengths.
We're going to go to race 6
here,
guys.
Race 6, guys. That's okay.
My bad. Who do you have on top?
I'm going to go with Joyful Noise. There we go.
Right.
Thanks, guys. 6, 4, 7, 1. Joyful Noise has run back numbers better than anybody in this field. I think it's a little bit of a scramble. I've got to go for a higher price. We're going to land on Pat McGill's runner.
All right,
Joyful
so
Noise.
the 6, I didn't use the 6 at all in here. I have the 3 on top. La Zaroya from the Mark Reed barn. J.D. Acosta rides this 4-year-old filly. A sharp win last out here at Laurel Park against 2 Life Company. Stays at the same claiming level, now facing 3 Life Company. I have the 3 on top. So I didn't use the 6. You didn't use the 3. We're all over the place here in race 6 again.
Interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. Something I think on the front end, the 3 and the 5, they're pretty close early. Will one be able to shake clear of the other? I thought there would be marked improvement for the 3 in the new barn. She has improved. Maybe she liked to slop a little bit better than a fast track. I think she's going to get tangled up with the 5 Cresses, setting it up for a closer. The 4, 6, or 7. Ginger X was a scratch, I think, pre-race last time out on the 21st. Out now is back here today. This is another one. I think she's going to fire from the back of the pack.
Yeah, we both like the 4. Mario Pino rides for Jerry Robb. They've been winning some races around here recently, and this filly takes a drop. And her last win, she rallied from off the pace, so she might get a real nice trip here in race 6. Let's turn the page here. I like the late pick 5. It starts in race 7. No carryover, but as always, that industry low 12% takeout in the late pick 5 starting here in race 7. Let's take a look at my ticket, a $32 play. I'm going to go 2 deep in the first 4 legs of the late pick 5. Race 7, I used the 9 and the 10. I have the 10 on top here in race 7. That's a Monkey Mine from the Keith Nations barn. Race 8, that's a nice open 20,000 claimer going 5.5. I like the 1 Tail of E. Dubai and the 2 Team Tim there in race 8. Race 9 is a maiden 16 going a mile. I go with the 6, 7 there. Race 10's a nice starter allowance off the turf going a mile. I have the 4 and the 10 there. The 4 Unlucky Hillary, my top pick from the Claudio Gonzalez barn there in race 10. Then race 11, I spread out a little bit. I go 4 deep there in race 11. That's off the turf going a flat mile, claiming 16,000 to life. I used the 4, 5, 7, 12 there in race 11. My top pick in race 11 is the 5 Broad Expanse from the Dorothy Wharton barn. So there's my late pick 5 ticket. Let's take a look at the first leg here. Race 7, off the turf, going a mile. Maiden claiming 25,000 for filly mares 3 and up. I go with the 10 on the outside. The 10, my top pick. Monkey Mine from the Keith Nations barn. Victor Carrasco rides his 3-year-old. Filly ran okay on the turf last out against Maiden 20 at Monmouth, but before that was all dirt and a good third on the dirt against Maiden 25, going a mile at Delaware 2 back. This will be the 4th race back for the summertime here for the 10 Monkey Mine, my top pick.
Yeah, it looks like one of the stayers of this group. A lot of question marks abound with this race now taking off the turf and move to the main track. Monkey Mine, I think, is a definite user in the mix. I like the 8 Miss Elephant as a price. Mary Epler, Rosario Montanez hit a really good race over the last year or so. Good ROI. But Miss Elephant got what she needed. It went fast last time. She found herself way too far back. I think she's going to stretch out. Look at that sprinter route number for Mary Epler. 50 horse sample, 28% with an ROI of over $3. That's good enough for me, especially against this kind. Little protect move last time. She drops back to the right level today.
The fly's been killing you all weekend long on this set?
No,
Someone leave a hoagie out here or something? It's brutal. It hadn't been this bad ever in 3 years. Get these bugs out of here. Let's turn the page here. Race 8's going to kick off.
Must be the new cologne stand or something.
No cologne.
I don't know.
No cologne. All right, here we go. Race 8 kicks off the late pick 4, going 5.5 furlongs, claiming $20,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. I go with the 1 on top here, Tale of Dubai. First off the claim for Kevin Patterson and Robert Cole. Patterson 25% first off the claim. Boca Chica will ride tough inside post with this 5-year-old. He made almost $250,000. He's a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. He has early speed. He's going to have to use it today.
He's had one good race in his 4 return tries this year. Claimed and now drops. Lot of negatives for Tale of Dubai. I mean, I guess the best, he's 3 for 7 at Laurel. He's stuck down inside with a race that's got some other quality speed in it. I mean, there's some Willie B. Mine's pretty quick. Adversary's got some pretty good speed as well. And I know Tale of Dubai is rated. He's going to be an awfully short price. I'm not going to leave him out of my multi-race gimmicks. But at a short price, I go to the 2 Team Tim, giving a little break. Damon's got this horse back in form, and he almost ran down, I think, a Navarro Lone Speed at Monmouth on a sloppy sealed surface, which is always tough to do. There's enough flow in here for Team Tim. I think he can come get him.
I like him. I use him in my exact. We both like the where we lost our picks there for race 8. To take a look. The rolling. Okay, my bad. Let's take a look at the video spotlight. We have a video spotlight of Team Tim. Let's take a look. Last race here at Laurel against 2 other than Allowance Company. A real good second behind Rockenfeller.
Yeah, and Rockenfeller's got loose on the lead that day. So, I mean, the one thing with Team Tim, he doesn't necessarily need a setup. He can run his own race in the back of the pack, as evidence right here. Shifted out to about the 5 path. Makes a strong run to just get up for second over Stolen Love. I think my man Willard needed him that day, and he did get up for second at 27-1. And came right back again. Town Policy loose on the lead. He can settle and just do his own thing from the back of the pack.
Well, that's a nice race. The 4 Wild Riders is going to be tough with Trevor McCarthy. You know, McCarthy is going to give this 5-year-old by Candy Ride a good ride for trainer Trez Abbott. Looks like we like the same 4 horses here, just in a different order. Iredell should get a nice strip breaking from the 7-hole on the outside.
You're looking for him to come back, Stan. I don't know what's happened. A little regression in form. You see the numbers have gone down the last couple. Maybe this will pick his head back up coming back to Laurel. He's been a favorite of mine. Yeah.
All right, nice open 20,000 claimer there to kick off the late pick 4. Let's take a look at race 9 going a flat mile. Race 9's a maiden claiming 16,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. I go with the 7 on top on the outside. Arcadag for trainer Tom Morley. First start in the Morley barn. Fergal Lynch rides his 3-year-old son of Union Rags. A decent second last out back in early August against Maiden. I was against Virginia-bred Maiden Special Weight. It was the beaten favorite that day, and now catches a soft group. First start in the Morley barn today.
Well, if he doesn't do it today, I don't know when he's going to do it. He made a pretty good run into Vincent Van Gogh, who came back, has run a 69 and a 71 buyer on the race. So, yeah, Arcaday, awfully short price, the one to beat. We're going to scratch the 4 Busters, brother. I go to the 2 Gorbachev, though, for Corrales. First time for Corrales, turf to dirt, stretching out. There's breeding on the bottom side. This horse should be able to get the distance. I think might be the lone speed. I like to see Gorbachev sent to the front, maybe steal away the price. What do you do, though, with the 6, Aunt Mo?
Yeah.
You know, Uncle Mo, 5-year-old first-time starter.
Sure.
Works okay. Late 6 is on. An aggressive move here. first time out.
And for the 16,000, they paid $180,000 for this guy at Keeneland a long time ago. I appreciate the patient handling here by Trombetta and the Meyerhoff. They're giving this well-bred horse every shot to do something, but in for the 16,000, that's a red flag here for the 6 Aunt Mo. Let's turn the page here. Race 10's a nice starter allowance. We're going a flat mile on the main track for filly mares 3 and up here in race 10. We both end up with the 4 on top. Unlucky Hillary was entered main track only for this race by trainer Claudio Gonzalez. Claudio, he's rolling. 33% winners here for the fall meet. Victor Carrasco takes the call. The last win was first off the claim in the Claudio barn back in June, going a mile on the main track right here at Laurel Park, and then tried a tough allowance race late July and had a little break after that. Ran okay in the comeback race here September 15th. I think the 4 Unlucky Hillary poised to run a big race today from the Claudio's barn.
Gets the break here with this race, I believe, taking off the turf, going to the main track. And you've been watching the board lately, the last couple of weeks with some of these Claudio horses. I don't know if it's just a couple people. They are pounding his horses. And they're not just betting. I mean, Glory Stars, 2-1, I think, yesterday in the stake. I could have seen her as favorite, not 2-1. So, yeah, they are really hammering it, these Claudio horses. Unlucky Hillary, though, last time out, comes out of a fast race. Field got away from her, coming from the half-mile pole to the quarter pole. She found late in life to only beat in 4 lengths. This field here, not going to get away from her. This is the right kind. She keeps them in check and wears them down through the stretch with Trevor. All
right, we both like the 10 on the outside. Layla's Gift from Sweezy's barn. Fergal Lynch takes the call. This filly by First Samurai. She was in her main track only. She had a nice win against Allowance Company going a mile on the main track at Monmouth back in May. Has been running okay since then. The last couple races have been in the slop. Gets back to a fast track today.
That might be the key. Obviously, she doesn't run as well on the sloppy field surface. She's beaten 1 horse, I think, in the last 2 starts in short fields at Monmouth. The 4-back try that tried back in May, she would hammer this group. So Lila's Gift, hard to figure for me. I'm going to throw in the 8, Expect a Kitten. Her dirt races, all right. Now goes first-time dirt for Mary Epler. I think you're going to see a decent run from the back of the pack. Expect a Kitten looks like your deeper closer in this group.
Yeah, by Kitten's Joy, they run on anything. So we both like the 8 a little bit here in race 10. Let's take a look at the 11th and final race. I hope you're live and all your will pays going into race 11. We're going a flat mile, claiming 16,003 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. I end up with the 5 on top here. The 5's Broad Expanse for Wasabi Ventures and trainer Dorothy Wharton. Rosario Montanez will ride. Jockey trainer combo here, 24% with a nice positive ROI. A good second last out in the slop. Didn't like the turf, 2 back. An okay effort, 3 back here at Laurel. That was against Nickel, 2 life going long. Ran a 47 buyer. Finished 5th that day, but the first, second place finishers of that race would both come back to win. Catches a good spot today here with this race coming off the turf.
No doubt. They get a little luck here is on their side, this race coming off. I think that maybe they were projecting it the whole time, guessing when they entered that this race would come off. And some questionable speed types in this race. The 1 Freedom Storm, Smash Williams with some speed. Chinkapin stretching out. I should say stretching out one more time. Showed a little speed and faded. Those horses, tough for them to get the distance. I think it's going to set up for a horse like Broad Expanse or even Barron. Barron, I don't know what he was doing on the front end to Timonium behind Haynes Fever, who was pretty sharp, drew off by 12, stepped up out of that race and ran big again. The key to Barron is settling and making one run. I think you're going to see that today with K.D. Davis.
All right, we like some similar horses there in race 11. That's it. We have some fans gathering here by the paddock. It's beautiful weather. And let's show you. We had the Stronach 5, Pick 5 debut this past Friday. 14 winners hit it for almost 10,000. And then we're going to have the second edition of the Stronach 5 this Friday. Did you take a shot on the debut Stronach 5 last Friday?
I did not have time to put a ticket together.
Right.
So, but seeing what it paid and everything, looking at I will be ready to roll next Friday.
All right, so that'll be every Friday. The Stronach Pick 5 starts right here at Laurel Park. Come on out here, enjoy some Sunday brunch, horse racing, and football. Hang around for the Ravens game later on tonight. 105.7 The Fan. They'll be here later on this afternoon. Good luck to you. Great to be back here. Dave Rodman coming up next with Scratches and Changes. Good luck.
Good luck.